What's up everybody, my name is Ryan, welcome to Gas RC, and in this video today we're going to talk about 3 underrated upgrades for the Traxxas Slash 2-wheel drive. Alright, so the first underrated upgrade I got for you guys is Hinge Pins. If you've ever owned a Traxxas Slash, Stampede, or Rustler, good chance you've had to deal with a hinge pin problem. Usually what happens is the way that these pins are designed by Traxxas, they screw into the back of the A-arm. And what happens is after the suspension moves over time, it'll tend to back that hinge pin out and then cause some wobbling in your wheels. Very, very common problem. Like I said, if you ever own one of those vehicles, you probably had a hinge pin back out on you at some point. Easy fix for this. What I usually recommend is just getting a new set of hinge pins from STRC. These different hinge pins from STRC are designed to actually just go through the A-arm and the part of the axle, and then use a lock nut on the back end, which effectively eliminates the problem. It's a very easy upgrade. It's pretty quick, probably take you maybe 15-20 minutes, and it's not really that expensive either. It's about 15 bucks for a set of 8 hinge pins. You can see here on the videos, I'm going to point out all the different sections where those hinge pins are applied. But yeah, definitely take a look at this upgrade. It's a quick and easy one and really eliminates the problem altogether. Alright, upgrade number 2 is the Traxxas Magnum Transmission that you could find in the VXL models of the Slash and the Rustler. This transmission came out a couple years ago and definitely is an increase in reliability compared to the original transmission that came with the Traxxas Slash. Main points to touch on here is that if you don't have this transmission, you actually can buy it separately for $99. Increased reliability is the main purpose for getting this transmission. The top gear inside of the transmission is no longer used with a pin anymore, which is a very common problem for that pin on that gear to shear and to come loose. Now that top gear is actually pressed onto the shaft, and the differential is no longer open. It's actually a sealed differential, and you're able to actually tune it with gear fluids or oils or grease or whatever you want to use to try to tune your truck to driving conditions. Also, the bottom of the transmission has a cover for you to access, or actually a doorway for you to access the differential, so you're able to drop it out and tune your differential and then pop it back in. Makes it a little bit easier. Just overall, it's a really nice upgrade. I have it on my truck specifically because I'm running brushless power and I just want the most reliability I can get possible. Plus, I also like to tune my diffs depending on where I'm driving, whether it's on the asphalt or on the dirt. Definitely recommend this upgrade. I know it's a little bit pricey, but from a reliability standpoint, it's definitely going to upgrade your truck and make the transmission a little bit less of a problem. Alright, third and final upgrade, and this one is my personal favorite, why I saved it for last. It is the RPM offset compensating A-arms for the front of your Traxxas Slash suspension system. Basically what it allows you to do is to not have to buy front wheels for your Slash anymore that have the different offset compared to the rear. Basically makes the offset all 4 corners of your truck the same, so that way you're only having to buy one type of tire on all 4 corners to have the same offset so they fit under your body. By far my favorite upgrade. It costs around about 10 or 11 bucks to find those A-arms. Also improves the reliability of your truck, being that they're RPM A-arms and the type of plastic they use definitely hold up very well to bashing. But like I said, it's just the fact that you don't have to go out and buy Traxxas front wheel or front tires anymore. You could just buy 4x4 or rear tires for all 4 corners of your vehicle. Definitely helps out. You're able to rotate your tires now. And plus, you don't have to go digging around and looking for specifically front tires that fit on the front of your truck. It's a nice upgrade. It's a cheap upgrade. And just overall, my favorite upgrade and something I do to every Slash that I get. So highly recommend it. Alright, so final thoughts on these upgrades. They're definitely the underrated upgrades that I don't hear a whole lot about because they're definitely not the flashiest or funnest upgrades to add to your truck. But really, these 3 upgrades that I pointed out in this video are really focused on reliability and just keeping you out in the dirt, keeping you out running your truck for longer. Really what it's focused on, especially with the hinge pins and keeping those from backing out, there's been plenty of times with myself where I'm out running my Slash and all of a sudden my wheels popped off, or you could tell my wheel is wobbly like I showed you in the first clip. But you know, that's a big one. The transmission, I've blown transmission parts before by overpowering the transmission. I definitely think that 272R Magnum transmission from Traxxas is a worthy upgrade. Or if you don't go with that, you could go with the Proline version, which is also very good as well. But like I said, reliability, and then the offset compensating A-arms is a little bit of reliability, but also convenience, not having to buy front tires anymore from Traxxas for your Slash. So like not having the confusion of trying to find which wheels have which offset and all that kind of stuff. Definitely recommend these 3 upgrades. They're underrated. They don't get talked about a lot, but if you're new to the hobby, by all means, I recommend these upgrades. Maybe the transmission I'd put like last, but the A-arms and the hinge pins absolutely will upgrade your truck and make it a lot more reliable, as well as with the transmission. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into my next project. If you're interested in that, talk about what we're going to do there. All right, next project coming up. This one's going to be fun. This is actually one of my old projects from about 10 years ago that I built and then got tired of it and parted it out. So now it's time to resurrect it and bring it back from the dead. Traxxas Stampede 2-wheel drive. So you see on the pictures, this is actually a Stampede 2-wheel drive that I turned into an ATV. You got the driver and the body and everything. It was a fun little project when I made it way back in the day. I still have really all the pieces, but like I said, I've parted out a bunch of it. So it's time to bring it back. Let's resurrect it, put some new tires and wheels, test it out, get it all working, and then we'll do some running footage, test it out, see how it does. From what I remember when I had it the last time, it handled quite poorly, but we're going to try to fix that. So stay tuned. Tune in for that video when it does pop up, but that's definitely going to be my next project, and we'll see you on the next video.